It is 6:30 p.m. I'm going to call to order the meeting of the River Plantation Municipal Utility District Board of Directors. All directors are in attendance. First item on the agenda is to approve the minutes of the meeting of the December 15th board meeting. Do I have any questions, comments?
There's no comments. I
Do I-
move to approve the minutes.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Receive comments from the public. We have two members of the public. No? Okay. We'll skip that one. Park maintenance matters.
Park maintenance, we've had the tree cutting program in place. Jay's done some tree cutting and debris clearing. As far as the pond goes, Mario's going to give me an update on the pipe leading in to feed water into the pond and the backflow valve that was installed or is being installed.
It's done.
It's done. Okay. And we've got some areas of the green space that have items that are interfering with the openness. We've got a soccer net that is in the way permanently behind Old Hickory, and
They're not moving it to mow. They're just mowing around it.
right, and they're mowing once a month now. They were here last week, and I can't think of anything else. John Gandy wants to build a butterfly park memorial to his wife. We discussed it last month. He was supposed to revisited it by phone, and he was supposed to have a drawing to me by today so that I could present it to the board, but he has not, so I can't give you any more information about it. Well, he said forget it, and then he called me back, and he's still eager to do it. So
So we'll just table it then until he comes and presents?
we'll
or-
table it until he does something.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I have a question on the pond. We have no fishing signs up there.
Yeah, somebody stole them.
Somebody stole.
But I don't ever remember voting to
It's
put,
in the park rules.
put no fishing.
We voted to put up signs, yes.
You did?
Uh-huh.
2 signs.
After somebody at the meeting said, oh, my son fishes there all the time. And and her husband wanted to stock the pond, and we were like, it's in the park rules, no fishing. And we voted that night to put signs up.
Speaking of that, before we get away from the park, since we do need no fishing signs put back up, I make a motion that we expense the signs to put back up for no fishing.
What's this
Yeah,
big
because
one
we've
that
had-
says no fish?
We've had a couple of adults down there fishing.
Yes,
Well.
at least one.
Yeah.
I don't know
guess so.
why we don't allow fishing. I don't even know why that's a
Put
rule.
a sign up that says no fish, there's no fish in there.
There's probably some catfish in there. Just like the kids fish in the ponds on the golf course.
Yeah, but
I'd rather them fish over there than.
I don't, because the sides of that thing, have you been on the sides of that thing? You're gonna go in it. I don't want the liability, but,
And we caught a homeless man down there fishing in it.
oh, I know, that's yeah. But Mario, how slippery are those sides? I know when I went down there that one time to pour that stuff in
I
there.
thought you wouldn't tell people I almost went in, but okay.
I wasn't gonna tell you that. I didn't wanna say that. I was just gonna say how
It's
slippery it was.
yeah.
That was the day Mario rode home without pants on.
It's
Yeah.
very
No, it's
slippery
slippery.
on those edges.
Just one day? I'm not talking about the rest of it. That's the only one we're gonna point out
Yeah.
there.
Big deal.
Is it just very slippery because it's low water once we
No,
fill it up with water?
It's
will it-
all the time,
is it?
because it's
It's
It's almost
sand.
swampy on the
It's
side.
not a slope, it's a real
It's a
steady
drop.
drop off.
Yeah,
So I make a motion that we put up a no fishing sign again.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Nays?
Nay.
2 abstaining, or?
I'm just thinking about it, I see the liability concern, especially if it drops off, I wasn't aware of that.
Snakes.
I guess the signs helps reduce that liability if it's posted.
Well, it's part of our park rules, we'll have to go back and
Yeah,
change the
change
park
park
rules.
rules.
That's not hard either.
Which means we'll have to reprint the signs for the park rules on every hole.
Yeah, well, that's pretty small font already, so much information on there. No, I'll vote in favor of returning back to the sign.
Are you gonna vote, or are you abstaining?
No, I'll go ahead and vote for it, just because of the liability only. I'd like to see them be able to fish it personally, but.
Yeah.
I
that-
just, go down there and walk on the edge, try to get close to the
I
edge
know
of
there's no
that thing.
fish in it, I know there's no need for
Well, I
fish
know,
in
but
it.
I'm just saying, go down there and walk along that edge, you can't get close to that edge. So,
Yeah, but
I'm
you can
telling
get
you.
in the water pretty easy.
yes, you can,
Okay.
and you can't get out very easy.
I'll get the signs ordered.
Okay.
Tim, did you want to talk about the irrigation? We had that meeting with Michael Murr Company.
Yeah, that's true, we had the conference call.
Well, who's been out doing who's been out working on the irrigation? Somebody had a table set up down there, and did you not see that? There were 2 guys down there behind the gazebo, and they had a table set up, and they were running measurements, and,
You Tom
Okay.
Phillips,
no,
the gazebo.
on the fairway. I thought they were doing irrigation stuff. Well, next time I see them, I'll get out and ask them what they're doing.
No, we have to officially approve the proposal from this company.
Yeah, it was Murr Incorporated. It was $1,000 monthly for them to, that's adjusting the water schedule, just general maintenance, running, making sure heads are working and things like that. And then they had a cost plus for materials and labor is $105 per hour. So the other one you guys had entertained, who had originally fixed the system, I believe was $1,500 a month and $125 an hour for fixing. So reduced
I think
price
you're right.
there and worked with both of them. So you know, pretty.
Yeah, and this guy sounded like he knew exactly what he was doing, and he's very knowledgeable for his industry. So,
You worked with both of them before?
Yes, yeah. They both do a bunch of stuff around them.
well, I make a motion that we approve the proposal from, what was the name of the guy?
Monthly or
Murr Incorporated is the company.
Murray Incorporated,
on a monthly basis?
on a monthly
Yeah.
basis. Because it's almost the same price,
Yeah.
because I think it was $2,500 per quarter,
It
or
was
$1,000,
$1,500 per quarter.
okay?
Oh, so we're going $1,000 a month to versus $1,500 a quarter? Or $1,000 a
And
quarter?
it's less per hour,
No, it's $1,000 a month, or $1,500 per quarter.
and the hourly rate changes.
3,000 for
But
3
that-
months versus 1,500 for 3 months, is
Yeah.
that right?
But the hourly rate changes
Yeah,
on
but
the
it's only
quarterly.
like-
I'll double check. How about, if you guys don't mind, well, let me double check it while we're going to
Okay.
the next report. I think I have the original proposal.
Okay,
And I
Okay.
can make sure that's
Okay.
correct.
okay. You got anything else?
Nothing else for the parks.
Okay. All right. Tiffany, you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, y'all, we left off in general operating fund with 6,000. We've got a transfer over from your online account and your Texas Class account. Made payment to the TCEQ for your annual regulatory assessment fees. You guys have been seeing payments to the TCEQ. You had your water permit fee, your sewer permit fee, and now your annual regulatory fee. Process payment to Consolidated, had bank service charges. We issued your CenterPoint blank check, and then we have checks to Dynamic Cleaning Crew, and then J&K, those were written in between meetings. Today for y'all's approval, we've got your lawn services, utility expense to energy. Houston Chronicle for the notice of public hearing for the tax rate, bookkeeping fees for the month, your monthly maintenance for Lake Pro, your audit fees for Mark Iring, maintenance and operations for December, your IT admin expenses, legal fees, your emergency alert system fees, engineering fees, and then refunds. We are still keeping that safety deposit box open at First Financial Bank. I think I brought this up to you guys last year.
Is there anything in it? Is there anything in it?
The same papers that
Oh,
were in
okay,
it, we didn't take them out.
okay.
Okay. And then you've got your billing for your joint drainage and your STP account. Ending balance in your checking account is $36,789. Your next page, your online account, we received an accounts receivable of $68,274. We've got that transfer over to your general operating fund and customer returned NSF items. As I like to point out, they're not y'all's account going NSF, it's people who are paying into your account that are NSF on their side. Including your Texas class account, we've got $1,653,000 in general operating funds. Tax account, tax collections coming in at $821,000. We've got your transfer over to your Texas class account and then your debt service transfer, bringing our balance down to $65,163. We're 60.12% collected as of 12/31, so a good chunk so far. Your next page, your capital projects fund. Receiving in a payment from East Plantation for all the bills that we sent over to them. Transferred over to your Texas class account for this fund, just bringing this balance down and investing more. We've got a check for y'all today for the ongoing engineering fees for the CPF. Including your Texas class account, we're at $6,882,000. Your debt service fund, we've got the transfer over from your tax fund. Earning interest here brings us to $1,455,000. We have our debt service party. I think I may have mentioned it. It's not a very fun party, but we do all of the debt service payments for our districts in February. So let's see, probably this time next month, we'll process the debt service payment that's due on March 1st. You'll see y'all already have adequate funds for that. Your next page, your sewer treatment plant, received in payment from your general operating fund and from East Plantation. Still holding on to those two checks, one to energy and one to our public services. Just means that we didn't have to issue them. If we don't have to issue the blank checks in between meetings, then we'll bring it to you guys for a check here. That's if they're not going to be late. Today for y'all's approval, we have GFL for sludge removal, your bookkeeping fees for the month, maintenance and operations, or public services for garbage, and then your engineering. Ending balance left off negative, but that's typical. Once we get the bills in for, or the portion from your general operating fund and then the portion from East Plantation, then it's not negative anymore. Your next page, your joint drainage fund. Receiving in payment from your general and East Plantation. Today we have energy, then your bookkeeping fees, audit fees for Mark Iring, and then engineering. Ending balance is, again, left off negative, but that's just a matter of the billing going over to the participants. Your next page, your profit and loss for the month of December. Looking at the middle column there, you'll see October through December, so a small chunk of your year so far. Maintenance taxes trickling in, that transfer that we've got over in your general operating fund, that will be reflective on your January P&L. Overall, your interest so far, we're at $14,000 collected just for this fiscal year. Our total income for your water, sewer, and all of your other revenues is at $313,000 so far. With your water and sewer expenses, bring us on to the next page. And then all of your administrative fees were left off at a deficit, but we anticipate that. So it's not something to be worried about. Your next page is your sewer treatment plant fund, profit and loss for November. The zeros across the bottom show that we have billed all expenses out to both participants. And then lastly, your joint drainage fund. Again, the zeros across the bottom show that we have billed everything out. That's everything I have for you guys. Do y'all have any questions for me? I have extra checks. And if you need other ones, I also have extra checks for the STP and the joint drainage fund.
And
just
I
need it general.
have something I'm supposed to give you that I forgot, so don't let me forget.
Okay.
And just the reason East Plantation we didn't get, they still don't meet in December, do they?
No.
Yeah, they don't, so we have, that's 2 months worth. So, okay. All right, do I have a motion to accept the bookkeeper's reports?
I'll make a motion, we accept the
And the
bookkeeper's
payment of
report
bills?
and the payment of bills. and review of investments, and the tax assessor collector report.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Okay, operators reports.
All right. Good evening, board. You should have the report in front of you for December. Connections of 975 with 33 vacancies. Revenues totaling $63,641.40.
Did you say 33 vacancies?
Yes. Bill consumption, $6,027,000. We're at 93% accounted for this month with one major leak repaired. We have 6 bacteriological samples collected, all came back good. We have the wastewater treatment plant numbers just below that. Everything's working within parameters, no excursions or breaches. A little over 3 inches of rain, and the plant operated at 53% of its permit capacity. We have our REU usage below with a reuse revenue of $1,470.20. Your aid receivables and your consumption chart below. Next page, production accountability report, 93% for the month, 93% for the year, the 12-month average, and then the 2 charts reflecting those numbers. And final page is your DMR that was submitted to the state. Again, no excursions or breaches to report. Plan is running smoothly. They did finish and Taylor would finish, touch on this with his report, but the wastewater treatment plant, concrete plant is done. So
Cool.
we're back online, everything's nice painted, new railings, kick plates, all that good stuff, so.
Are we ready
Everybody
for
else okay?
this weekend?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What's the story on the sinkhole that was at Tara and RP Drive?
So we dug it up and it was a 6-inch force main, so it's been repaired. I'm gonna give it a little bit of time to settle, and I'll call, I forget the guy's name, the county.
Haven't
Have it
fixed
come
that
in yet.
asphalt's, yeah, breaking up
Because
again.
there's nothing we broke, it just fell in on its own, so,
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. But he did tell me to call him whenever we were ready, and he'll get the ball rolling.
okay, good.
And then we touch base on the pond, so it's, Tim, you wanna let me know when you wanna meet out there and walk by, it's good, the guys still have to clean up, but as far as the meter set, taps there, and the backflows installed,
Okay,
so. Just let me know when.
Wednesday morning, the pond service company
Yeah.
is gonna be there if you wanna meet them.
Perfect, just shoot me a
9
time and I'll be
o'clock.
here. Yeah,
Okay,
9 o'clock?
Yeah.
Sounds good,
okay.
that's all I have.
If I can jump in. So if you guys recall, towards the end of last year, there was a contract amendment that we had presented. In the process of going through that, we would kind of work to look at rates that we're billing and check them against that of your rate order. And that was kind of with, kind of in conjunction with Davis' shop. They always do a good job of kind of having us go through that exercise anytime there's those changes, just to make sure that you're all on the right end of the deal. In the process of doing so, there was a rate order that was adopted in kind of earlier 2023. No rate changes. It was primarily adopted or amended. There was some, in Davis, I may get this wrong, but there was some Texas, there was a law that was written in place that essentially limited our ability to terminate services if there was going to be a cold snap or a freeze, and the rate order was amended then to account for that language as required by law. There was a rate order amendment later in that year, closer to September timeframe, again, of 2023, that would have increased your water and sewer rates. In the process of going through all this, we became aware of the fact that we were still billing based off of the rate order that was adopted earlier in 23. And so, the long and the short of it, just to get to the brass tacks, is that there was a portion of additional revenue that had those rates been in place, right, that the district would have had, you would have received added revenue in response to those rates. Been trying to go back and dig through, various emails and files. There was conversation in 2024 also about a rate increase. But again, long and the short of it is y'all adopted, increased rates, they weren't being billed. The net effect to the district over that period of time is probably in the neighborhood of $200,000 or so. And, you know, again, we became aware of it, we wanted to be forthright and obviously make y'all aware, and then obviously look to the board to see kind of what y'all's thought or logic as to path forward. Just candidly, looking at even your bookkeeping report tonight, y'all are, you know, you show that you've adopted a budget that is, you know, a roughly $140,000 deficit. And so if these rates were in place, you know, again, the net effect is about $10 per month to your average user, right? So there's gonna be some folks that are gonna be, you know, beneath that and above that. You know, round numbers, they would tell you based upon your 975 connections, you know, you would need an increase in and around $11 or $12 per home per month to balance that budget, you know, that $140,000 deficit. So, what we didn't want to do is we didn't want to implement the rates without first coming to y'all and talking to the board and getting some direction. And so that's kind of the long and the short. That's where we're at. Again, you know, the net effect is about $10 per customer per month.
So we don't have to approve it because we've already approved the rate increase. We just have to tell them to go forward. What we need to discuss is, do we want to back charge the customers or tell the customers, hey, you've saved $270, $250, whatever, that we haven't billed you, and we're just gonna let it slide, but the increase will start next month billing.
$20 a month, that's
$10
pretty
a month.
significant. But if we make up for the lost.
Oh, yeah, I
that'd be
see what you
$20
say, if
a
we go
month.
back and bill them,
Yeah,
back bill 'em.
That's
Yeah.
significant.
Yeah, and there's some people that probably wouldn't be able to, I mean, I hate to say it, but, I mean, but I will tell you, living somewhere else temporarily, my water bill was almost $60 and I was there 3 days. So,
It's a Conroe water.
Yeah.
I'm in favor of just moving forward and starting the approved rate, starting at February 1st,
with the next
We're
bill,
gonna send them anything
with
about
the
that?
next billing.
we approved it a year and a half ago, 2 years ago,
I know,
so.
but it's gonna be just a jump in 1 month, so should we put?
No, it's
some-
not gonna be what, well, it's gonna be a jump of about $10 going forward
Yeah,
on
my
average.
point is, should we put something in the billing statement to indicate what happened?
Well, you wanna tell them, congratulations, we saved you $250, $270.
I mean, if nothing else, you know, possibly we could come up with you know, some verbiage on the bill.
I just think it's easier to be upfront and say, hey, we messed up, we're not gonna back bill you, but going forward, we're gonna have to charge you, basically. You don't have to say it in that hillbilly like that.
That just confuses.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know that, I mean,
I just say that it doesn't, due to the cost of living and the
Right.
increase in the
our rates have changed because of our
inflation in general.
deficit and budget and,
Maybe put the date when it was approved, but don't get into we didn't collect it.
Mhm.
But date it was approved, and it will go in effect next billing cycle.
yeah, but then I would wonder why you waited 2 years.
But if you don't
Okay.
say anything about we didn't charge it, they won't know you waited.
How about if
2 years.
MOC makes up the difference?
Well, she's saying,
That's
well,
Here's what I'll tell you.
kind of what I was thinking.
I mean, you know, yeah, I mean,
You got an increase coming.
we take this stuff serious. We have a process to, you know, first of all, I would tell you, this isn't the first time that we've had an issue. This is the first time that we've had an issue that, kind of unbeknownst to us, has been vacant for a year and a half. I'm not gonna sit here and look you in the face and tell you that we don't ever get it wrong. And I will gladly would take that on the chin. That's, you know, that's on me. You know, so, like I said, we have processes in place, and I feel like we've hardened our approach in many ways on this, but,
well, and I'm just speaking as a business person. They're probably gonna go back to their insurance, and what's their insurance gonna tell them to do? Back bill the customers.
I said, I'm in favor of just moving forward, starting the approved rate on the next bill. And
So
then
you
move
make a
forward.
motion?
I'm making a motion that we use the approved rate from 23 and use that moving forward, starting with the next billing cycle.
I'll second that motion, and I don't think we need to put anything in there. I think it'll just, as Carl said, confuse the matter and confuse the point, and
Absolutely.
just,
I do think it's worth clarifying, just for, in case there are any questions from customers. This means that the district would not be going back and back billing any
Correct.
customers for those amounts, correct?
correct, correct,
All right.
correct. I'm assuming that's what your motion was.
Yes, that's correct.
Yes, okay. I'll second that motion, unless somebody else has another motion they want to throw out there.
Only do one motion at a time, I thought.
Okay, well, okay. I'll second that motion. Anybody else? Anybody in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Say yes, okay.
Aye.
All right, passes. Okay, go
Again.
forward.
Apologize. We'll get it fixed.
Should we consider some type of long-term relief that might help us with their service increase? Be not, reduce some.
Well, they already
to
gave
help
us
us out.
5% off. They already
Okay.
reduced it 5%.
Okay.
You want no, you
Well,
want
I'm just
no increase?
pitching it out there for conversation.
I don't know
It
that I
is
could
a-
do that to anybody because everybody's costs have increased.
Okay.
I mean, I think as a business person, I think we were generous I think they were generous to give us a 5%, to only give us a 5% bump. So,
Just thought I'd bring it up for conversation.
well, make a motion and see.
And I'd rather have a little conversation about it, and if nobody in favor of it, or nobody thinks it's a bad idea, you feel like it's a bad idea, so.
I
there's
do,
no
that's just
reason.
me. There's
Anybody else?
3 other people.
Any thoughts?
I'm not sure I'm following what you're trying to do.
He wants MOC to cut their rate to us.
Well, or
Or
not
reduce
increase.
it.
Not necessarily reduce,
not
but
well-
consider increase for
I think we need
X
to hear
number.
from MOC, which I thought.
Well, we actually approved the increase 2 months ago.
Mhm.
So now, or 3 months ago, whenever it was. So now we would have to have a motion to decrease if that's what you're looking at.
What it could be in the future. Just a thought. That's a,
So you're
total
saying
is a
like next
lot.
year?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if we could hold them to that because there's a lot that could happen between now and then.
Something to remember for next year. When it comes to the price increase.
Can't remember.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, thank you for the transparency. I want you realized it.
All right. Do I have a motion to accept the operator's report?
Maybe we accept the operator's report.
Okay, do I have a second?
So,
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Engineers report.
All right, guys, first item is the permits. So for water well number 1, that report will be submitted by the end of the month. We're doing last minute QAQC on it today. For the emergency operation information, so the emergency response plan and the risk and resiliency assessment, these are 2 newer things that came out in 2021. When we first took them on, they were from scratch. They were for the EPA. They lined up with the emergency preparedness plan, but it's just, again, another thing that kind of came out of Winter Storm Uri and things of that nature. So we've reached the 5-year timeline, so updated certifications for the ERP and RA are due June 2026. So we request authorization to prepare and submit on the district's behalf. We've been doing time and materials on an hourly basis. I've been telling everybody 5,000, it really shouldn't, be more than 2,000 or 3,000. There's not been a whole lot of changes in the district, and so it's essentially reviewing the documents, making sure everything's up to date, and then hitting the certification buttons. Moving on to joint projects, we've attached the recommendation of award for Top Star Construction LLC in the amount of $1,145,909 that we recommend. I do have contracts here for signatures tonight. You guys saw this bid at the December meeting. We checked all the references and everything, and we're good to move forward with them, so.
So there were three that were really close, but there were others, right, for those out of range.
What's that?
You said there were 7 total bids, right?
There were 7 bids. We only ever showed the top 3.
Yeah, so those other ones, were they close to, or was?
You'll see them at the bottom of the page, right here. So it'll say their total, so like number 4 was 1.6, 5, 1.6, and then it jumps really high, 2.5 and 4.2, so. There's always some out of left field bids.
And this is for the concrete work over here on the ditch.
That's the whole concrete channel, getting all of that FEMA work underway. Yeah, so really good price, all their references checked out, so.
And how much was FEMA?
FEMA had about 1.2 million, but it's all dependent on the actual location. So there are some locations where we're gonna be doing construction there, so we extended the limits, you know, and we'll get what we can get essentially.
Yeah.
But we'll get everything that FEMA was gonna give us, and then you and East Plantation will cover the difference. So
Okay.
all in all, the concrete price here is really cheap to make sure that we can get all those fixes done in a good budget. Wastewater treatment rehab, as Mario kind of touched base on, so we finally got the electrical switched over, so they're gonna start demolishing all the old equipment out of there. They're about to start doing the generator startup and everything like that, so all that will be online. It shouldn't be by the end of this month, but we're not gonna touch anything before what's coming up this weekend to make sure stuff is gonna be operating fine. We touched base on Charleston Park, 703 Fairway Oaks, that work's complete, it's coming off the report. Cornerstone Church, the engineer reached out to schedule a meeting with us. We're working on a date for that meeting to go to the project. They picked up a new engineer, so they just wanted to go over kind of what we discussed with the other one. Mosswood Ditch Rehab, we received 3 bids. JA Demolition Services LLC was the lowest bidder in the amount of $79,000. Attached is our recommendation award for that. This is to clean out the channel, clean everything up, so we can actually do a proper survey of it and see how we can move forward with repairing it. For Storm Sewer Phase 2 rehab, we request authorization to rebid that project. Now that we're in the new year, we're hoping to get some better bids. I think people were kind of tapping out on work for the year, and so it came in kind of elevated. And then the sanitary sewer rehab Phase 3, that construction's underway. That is it for my report, unless you have any questions.
All right. So, you want me to make a motion one at a time, or you want?
You can do all of it at the same time if you want to.
All right. I'm gonna make a motion that we approve the plan for the updated certificates of the ERP and RRA, that we award the contract to Top Star Construction LLC for the East Ditch FEMA work. Mosswood, that we award the Mosswood Ditch Rehab for $79,000, and we authorize Vogler Spencer to rebid the Storm Sewer Phase 2. And do you have an answer on the Charleston thing yet?
Oh yes, the Charleston, it was $1,000 per month or $1,500 quarterly, and it's the same cost for materials. So it just depends on how regularly you feel like you want them to come out.
Okay.
Now I will throw a caveat out there that this may be something that we look at doing the first year, 12 months, because we've had those issues with them sticking on. But that's completely to your discretion.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to move to Charleston.
I would prefer, because of the problems we've had with them continuously going off or blowing the heads or whatever, that we do it on a monthly basis until we figure out what's going on with it and until they have it tweaked.
I think that's a good idea.
Golf course style sprinklers are notorious for breaking down.
Yeah. Okay. So, part of my proposal is, or part of my motion is, we do the $1,000 a month for the Charleston irrigation. Do I have a second?
One second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Do I have a motion to accept the engineer's report?
Make a motion, we accept the engineer's report.
No, second? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Mark, you got here just in time. You must have that helicopter parked outside.
Well, I guess since it's MLK, traffic was a little lighter than normal, so that
Oh, there
helped.
you go.
It's good to be with you all. That the audit I handed out is the same one that I emailed previously. Do provided unqualified or clean opinion on the financial statements, which is a good thing. Just to remind you, in the course of the audit, we review the work performed by your consultants, make sure your bookkeeper is handling your funds in accordance with your investment policy and the Public Funds Investment Act, keeping the books properly. Make sure your operator is billing the proper rates to your customers, and if a tap was set, the proper fee was collected in advance. Finally, make sure the tax assessor collector levied the tax using the proper tax rate, and any adjustments to the property values were authorized by the appraisal district. Always have some minor adjustments in each of those areas, but nothing significant was found in the course of the audit to report to you. We did have the litigation proceeds that are reported here, and also the bond sale, so all that information has been updated. I'd be happy to take any questions or comments anyone had on the audit report.
Yeah. On the last page, the consultants, and maybe I'm missing it, but I don't see Paul Raddick in here.
No, sir, I'd be happy to add him.
Yeah. I think he should be.
That's a TCQ item, Carl, and they generally just ask for our firm, but you can absolutely add Paul there as well. It's just not necessarily required, if that makes sense.
But I'd be happy to.
So the delinquent tax attorney is required?
That's just on there. I think that, candidly, I don't think that one is required either, but it's the bookkeeper, the auditor, the financial advisor, tax assessor, all that good stuff. We actually file those with the TCQ. We don't file the delinquent tax attorney, but the delinquent tax attorney is reflected in the offering documents when you sell bonds, and we include the audit there as well, so if that makes sense.
No, I would be in favor of adding our litigation attorney onto that.
Perfect, sounds good. No problem.
I'll do that for the final.
Okay, all right. Do I have a motion to accept the audit report with the changes?
I'll make a motion, we accept the audit report with the changes.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Hey,
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right.
And then I have the letter of representation that you sign
Okay.
for us every year.
Yep.
And then in September, you engaged me again. I brought copies of that. I didn't
Okay.
have a signed copy, and I'll get with Davis in case you did have a copy. If not, I'll
Okay.
provide you a copy of what I
Okay.
have here. And my fees were the same, so
Yeah.
there was
Okay,
no change there. That's the letter of representation, and that is what you sign for the audit every year, and only the date has changed from last year's.
not the names and the dates, just the dates.
Yes, you and I were still.
Yeah.
And then that's the engagement letter. Again, the fees were the same, and they'll be the same for next year as well, since that's a 2-year engagement. Yes. Well, actually, it's as of September, you did it September 15th.
Oh, this is a September one. Okay, let me see if I can.
I was just papering it up.
Oh, see, I didn't have the 5 on there yet, so, okay.
You just want to not date that one, that's fine as well.
Yeah, I'll just not date it. Okay, there you go.
Thank you all for your time and attention.
Okay. Thanks, Mark.
My pleasure. I'll get this to you, Davis.
Okay, great, thanks, Mark.
All right, the resolution affirming the review of the investment policy, strategies, and objectives, and the list of approved brokers, dealers.
Okay, the Public Funds Investment Act requires you to review your investment policy on an annual basis. Your policy tracks the Public Funds Investment Act. No changes to the act, therefore no changes required to your policy at this time. We just need to approve this resolution for compliance purposes.
Do I have a motion approving the resolution affirming the review of the investment policy, strategies, and objectives, and the list of approved brokers and dealers?
I move we accept the above mentioned.
Okay, do I have a second?
A second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. A resolution adopting homestead exemption for 65 and older or disabled.
Okay, for the last few years, you have adopted a $25,000 exemption for those homeowners who are over 65 or disabled. And I've prepared a resolution for you to continue to adopt that exemption.
Do I have a motion we accept?
I move we accept the exemption resolution.
Okay, do I have a second?
I second
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Annual tax code 26.18 compliance.
We just put this on the agenda just to let you know that this is happening. This is an update to some information that goes on your website. And the chapter is 2618. Bunch of kind of general information about the district.
Okay. Do we have, we don't need it?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, the order for election of directors.
Okay, it is that time again, and we are required by law to call an election, and you know, we'll, I would expect that we'll receive you know, applications for place on the ballot, or at least I guess I hope we will, from all the current board members who are up. And then we will, you know, hold an election if one is, if it is contested, and if not, we will be able to cancel the election. So I'll remind everyone, it is Julie, Tim, and Carl that are up. So your terms expire in May of 2026. You know, the new terms will obviously run through May of 2030. Tom and Mark, your terms, your current terms run through 2028, having just been elected in 2024. So.
Okay. All right.
Do we need to do anything? Do we need a motion?
We do. We need a motion to approve the order calling the election.
I move we approve the order to call for the order of the election of officers or directors.
Do I have a second?
I second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Violation of district rules, public hearing for violation of district rules. I don't know of any. Do you?
Yeah.
No, ma'am, not this month, I'm pleased
I
to
thought they
report.
cleaned them up.
I thought you were gonna bring up,
Which one? Who? I thought they cleaned them up.
what's that?
Oh, those, the trees, is there something else I forgot? I didn't know, what did I forget?
I'm trying to think.
Oh. You
said we had to bring it up in the meeting.
Okay, can we table that one for a minute until we think of what it was?
Yeah, go ahead.
About the soccer?
You mentioned the soccer
No, we
net,
talked
if they're
about
having
that.
to go around.
Oh, that was it.
Was it the soccer?
It was a
net?
soccer net.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Alright.
a soccer net. Okay. Other than that, no, we're gonna have it removed and stored back here until somebody contacts us or whatever,
Right.
so that they can mow.
That is
and-
what it was.
Huh, yeah,
That is what it was.
yeah, so,
So we don't know who.
we don't know
owns
whose it
or
is.
it right behind somebody's house, maybe we just talked
It's
to them.
kind of in the
or-
middle of the green space,
Huh?
but it's, I mean, it's directly behind a house, but it's not directly behind the house.
so. Fire department has said we can store it back here as long as it's not in the way of the trucks, so we'll get with Mario and them to get one of the guys to go pick it up or whatever.
Okay.
So, and then when they contact us, we can inform them of the rules, so. Okay, other than that, I think that's it, Paul. No need for executive session, I don't think, unless anybody has something that I don't know.
No.
Pending business, any pending business?
I'm here.
Okay. Our next meeting is scheduled for, we're going to the third Monday of every month. We started that this month. So from now on, our meetings will be the third Monday of every month, which is another holiday. Are you guys in the office on that day?
We are.
Okay.
All the time, yes, ma'am.
Yes, yeah. All right, so, so our next meeting is Monday, February 16th at 6:30 PM. And I will entertain a motion to, oh, wait, we have to sign checks first before we adjourn, right?
You've already approved the
The payment of the bills?
payment of the
Okay.
bills.
All right, so entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move we adjourn.
A second.
Okay. All in favor?
I think-
Aye.
Aye. All right. See you guys next month.